Hi guys, welcome to another edition of the General Jerry channel, and today we're going to be talking about WrestleMania 36 Night 1. This actual overall pay-per-view was actually pretty decent. There has been a lot of people saying that it's not great. Some people even saying that the entire pay-per-view was awful. Majority of people are saying that they didn't like the rest of the pay-per-view, they only liked the Undertaker match, which is the Boneyard match, which in my opinion is the best cinematic fucking match that we've seen in quite some time since Broken Matt Hardy. There's a lot that we need to get into, but my overall thoughts is that I did quite enjoy this pay-per-view. I don't think it's as bad as what people are letting out it to be. I do think that yes, there are some matches that were like, But overall, I did think that these were good solid matches for a night one. I did actually enjoy it. And I actually think this was actually a lot better because there was no smart crowd. Yeah, one of my positive things that I want to say on all of this is that there's no smart crowd to destroy and shit on entire matches. That's what I don't like about Mania. That's what I don't like about Raw and SmackDown. Ever since this has been happening, I've actually been enjoying it, because now people can actually form an opinion now, rather than being influenced by this dumbass smart crowd that go boo, like in booing matches that they shouldn't be, completely destroying the event. I do think it's actually a very good thing. Overall, I did thoroughly enjoy it. I really did. I did absolutely enjoy it. I thought that the majority of this pay-per-view was pretty decent. There was some things that I'm going to have issues with, so we'll get into the first few matches here. Cesaro versus Drew Gulak. This was a singles match and it only lasted 4 minutes. Not really much to say. At least Cesaro got the victory, but to be honest with you, not really necessarily the best. You know, for Cesaro, I think Cesaro should be more utilized more. I think he's an amazing character, but right now, he's not even in the mid-card, he's in the lower mid-card, which is the worst place to be. I'd like to see Cesaro actually do more better stuff, to be honest, and I really hope once this whole incident is over, that they try and sort him out, because quite frankly, I'm getting a wee bit sick of the whole kind of putting him to the sidelines. I'd like to see him more in the mid-card or upper mid-card now, and try and give him a wee bit of a push more. Let's get into the next match. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defeated the I can't even pronounce that word. They beat Asuka and Kairi Sane for the Women's Tag Team Championships. It is what it is. I actually wanted Alexa Bliss to move on to singles competition. I said this in my previous predictions video, which you can still watch, by the way. I give my predictions for night 2 on there as well. But I do think Alexa Bliss, I think she should go back to singles competition. I think she's a lot more better than that.
And by no means is this like a terrible match. I just want Alexa in singles competition.
The match itself wasn't anything terrible. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it's just a tag match. You know what I mean? It's a match that we've probably seen 100 times. But it's good to see Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross win. I think that they are a good tag team. They have good chemistry. I just want to see Alexa Bliss now get in the singles competition and hopefully moving on from it. Elias defeated King Corbin. Kind of glad, to say the least. Elias has actually vastly improved. This match lasted for 9 minutes. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting, to say the least. I generally do think Elias is one of the best talents on there. It's actually good to see him win and not get buried at WrestleMania. But he defeated King Corbin. I thought that was very, very decent, and I was very, very impressed with that. Becky Lynch and Sasha Blazer for the Raw Women's Championship. Really good match. I think this was a very, very good match, actually. I think Lynch and Blazer to put on an actual very good performance. The only problem I have with this match, however, was the ending. It was really weird. Where she put him in a hold and she flipped up, and then they did the pin. They did a cheap pin at WrestleMania.
My main concern of all of this was a cheap pin, because I just felt it felt cheap for WrestleMania.
I'm not too, I don't know about that ending, but I thought the match itself was good. I think they are trying to show Becky they can compete with Blazer. My only issue is that I think Becky Lynch should have walked into this as the underdog more. I think that they're now doing a little dose of the Cena a wee bit. They're giving her a wee bit of that pepper of Cena, where it's just like, can't be beaten all that there, and because this girl is a cage fighter, whatever it is, I think that they should have had Lynch maybe get beat up a little bit more. But as I said, I thought the match itself was pretty decent. I generally did enjoy it. And I do think that they're probably going to have another rematch at some point in the future. But Becky Lynch is now still the Raw Women's Championship. And I really hope that they do something with her character in the future and change it up a bit, because it's kind of getting a bit old. Her in the ring, though, is amazing. I think Becky is amazing in the ring now. Vastly improved compared to previous years. But my only main concern is her character and whether or not that'll get boring. That's only my main concern for that. Sami Zayn and Cesaro with Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Daniel Bryan with Drew Garrett. This is for a singles match for the Intercontinental Championship. I thought it was a pretty decent match as well. It's not bad, it's just that we kind of see this kind of stuff on Raw week in, week out. That's what a lot of the concern is about, and I completely understand. We've seen Sami Zayn against Daniel Bryan before. In the past, and I thought that they were going to put on more of a clinic. I would have liked Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura to step out and be banned at ringside, and have Drew Garrett step aside and be banned from ringside, and have Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan put on an actual decent match. I would have liked to see that, but unfortunately there was so many interruptions, it kind of disrupted the match a little bit, in my opinion. But it wasn't a terrible match. Like, I don't know why people are saying that this match was terrible. It wasn't terrible, it just, the constant interference was a little bit annoying, because I wanted Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan to put on a really good match. Like, have them legit in there going at it, and, Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan are very similar. And I would have liked to see an actual good match, between these two, but unfortunately with so many disruptions. And, it is what it is. Sami Zayn, though, as a character has been amazing. There was a lot of talking as well. That's the one thing about this pay-per-view. A lot of fucking talking. A lot of talking, as well. And, yeah, I don't know. I remember, like, Sami Zayn's like, no, he's, like, crying halfway through, and it did sound a bit weird. But the match wasn't terrible. I thought it was pretty decent. I don't think people shitting over it is, like, I get it. It might not be your thing, and it is something that we probably have seen on Raw about a number of times, as well as a lot of these matches. Like, for example, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. I mean, those two have faced a lot of times. But overall, I did think that was a decent match, to say the least. Yeah, that's all I really got to say about it. The most underrated match, in my opinion, is John Morrison, Jimmy Uso, and Kofi Kingston. John Morrison won. This match was amazing. I don't know why this match isn't getting as enough praise as what it did. It's the longest match compared to Undertaker and AJ Styles at 18 minutes and 30 seconds. This was a really good match. I don't get why people are shitting over it. I thought that the way that they did with the ladders was amazing. It's something that I would like to see Kofi do more. I think I'd like to see Kofi and Jimmy and John do more of these ladder matches, because I was generally entertained by it. To be honest, I was just very entertained by the actual ladder match itself. I think John Morrison winning makes sense. You don't want him to drop a title and then Miz is out and stuff. I think John Morrison is the best decision for that. Also, it's good to see John Morrison actually get a victory at WrestleMania. Like, in the past, this man has been in so many terrible WrestleManias, and the one WrestleMania where he ends up winning is being quarantined. But fair play to John Morrison. He wasn't really in the match as much as what I thought he was going to be, but Jimmy Uso and Kofi Kingston put on an amazing match. Much props to them. It goes to show you that these guys in singles competition can go. And something that I would like to see Jimmy Uso do more is singles competition. Although the Usos are you know, way better than what they were before, I would like to see some of these guys actually win singles titles. And maybe try and bump up the tag team division, very similar to what they did with the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys and Edge and Christian, where one of them would win a singles championship, so you would be invested in that, because these tag teams might not continue, and it's good to actually pick the guy for that actual team. You know, I remember Jeff was supposed to be the guy for the Hardys. Now it's Matt for some, you know, Matt obviously with broken Matt Hardy. Kofi Kingston obviously is WWE champion, and John Morrison, I'd like to see him more in singles competition, to say the least. I think he's amazing. Very disappointed what they did. They didn't have John Morrison take out The Miz, because The Miz actually injured John Morrison to leave WWE. They should have done a story about that, but obviously that's a missed opportunity on them. But to be honest, decent match, very, very good, and was actually thoroughly entertained. I don't know why a lot of people are shitting on it, but I personally enjoyed it. Kevin Owens versus defeated Seth Rollins in a no disqualification match. They did a match originally, then they changed it, and Kevin Owens was like, I wanted a disqualification match, no disqualification, and they did it. This match went on for 17 minutes and 20 seconds. I mean, I'm not saying it was terrible, it just, I kind of got bored a little bit, because it's a match that we've seen. It's nothing against Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, I just generally got a wee bit... And I don't know what they're doing with Seth Rollins with this Messiah thing. They're trying to cheapen him a wee bit. And Seth's now tipping towards mid-card levels. You know what I mean? He went from being a main event to like being that guy there to being a mid-carder, and he's tippling a little bit with this whole Messiah gimmick. Not a fan of it. Not a fan of the Seth Rollins Messiah gimmick. It's really weird, and stop that. Stop it now, please. I mean, it wasn't a terrible match. I just got bored, and I kind of near fell asleep halfway through it. Oh boy, I better get my e-cigarette ready for this, because I have a lot to say about this.
Yeah, this match was a massive steaming pile. Absolutely awful. They've completely destroyed the Goldberg character. They decided to reward Braun Strowman for attacking the pair. Match was only 2 minutes. Absolutely awful. I'm going to get into more of this, but I am beyond words at why this was even in the WrestleMania card. It's an insult to fans. It's an insult to you.
They didn't listen. They just... This match was 2 minutes. 2 minutes. This makes Goldberg look like an idiot. This was terrible. I don't know why this match... I see no reason why this match couldn't continue and be better. Like, why did they not have at least a 10-minute match? I don't see no reason why they can't. Also, why are you rewarding a guy that shits on the pair? Braun Strowman should have been champion about 3 years ago, 2 years ago. He shouldn't be champion now. What WWE is saying is, if you shit on the pair and you post online, you'll get rewarded. What type of message does that... There was a guy, Mark, that said that to me, literally as soon as that happened, and I agreed with him. This was just... Why did this happen? This was just awful. Absolutely awful. I'm giving this match an F for fuck this. It's just terrible. Awful. Like, this has made Goldberg look so cheap. And Goldberg defeated Brock Lesnar, so now you've inadvertently buried Brock Lesnar. I don't know what they were smoking doing this. Why was this only 2 minutes? I wanted to see these guys go at it. We want to see it. I was looking forward to it. I was actually looking forward to this match, believe it or not, when Braun Strowman was announced. So apparently, Roman was just supposed to squash Goldberg originally? Is that what it was? Because that's... No. I think Goldberg should have kept the championship and continued on with the Universal Championship. Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. And now you've buried The Fiend. Because Goldberg defeated The Fiend very quickly. And then you got Braun Strowman that just defeated Goldberg. Like, we need to stop doing this, WWE. Right, yes, see the whole... when Brock Lesnar defeated someone in a few seconds, right? Or, you know, you're doing these shocking things. That's amazing. That's great, okay? That was good at the time. When Goldberg defeated Brock Lesnar, I actually enjoyed it when he beat Brock Lesnar very quickly. But the problem is that they're doing the same thing over and over again. You can't keep doing these 30-second matches. People are paying... Like, I know it's for free, but people are paying to see this. Okay? Like, because I had to apparently fill in my whole bank details and stuff on this shit, alright? To actually get the network. And why? Why was this like, why? I just think it's just stupid. Like, the whole match was completely stupid. There was no... Like, you might as well just not have put the match on there. You might as well have just put it on night 2. Because, unfortunately, this card, with everything that's been thrown at it, you might as well have put this... You might as well have put Braun Strowman Goldberg in night 2. And replaced it with Edge and Randy Orton. If you would have done that, this card would have been somewhat semi-decent. Alright? But... Braun Strowman versus Goldberg, awful. And see these people shitting on Goldberg, like, go fuck yourselves. Like, straight up. Goldberg is a legend. He always will be. He's a badass. I don't care what anyone says. I'm biased, y'all. I'm biased. I'm saying it. I'm biased in this regard. But, like, 2 minutes? And Braun Strowman, of all people? The man that shits on the poor and, like... He's like an anti-Robin Hood. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. Terrible. This is, by the way, this match has dramatically reduced my overall score. My overall score was somewhat semi-decent. It was reaching just above average. But this has dropped it, unfortunately. So, very disappointed in this entire thing. And I think WWE should be absolutely ashamed of themselves for putting this on. Awful.
My god, does he look like a goddamn badass.
Ah. What a match. What a match. Was Undertaker versus AJ Styles. That was amazing. That is cinematic wrestling at its best. That's what cinematic wrestling can do when done right. Amazing. The editing was amazing. The music was amazing. The overall Undertaker looked like he gained 10. He lost 10 years, and he actually looks. This is the best Undertaker has looked in a long time. This is the best he has ever been, and I've never seen Undertaker look so good. This was amazing. And I hope they do more of this with Undertaker. Overall, this whole, like, it was just an amazing match. Like, I loved the way, obviously you had, like, AJ Styles come down, he comes out of the coffin and stuff. Like, doing all that kind of crap. And Undertaker, the way he was talking, sounded intimidating. Like, there was actually a storyline, like, their back and forth dialogue. And it wasn't scripted. I can tell you, the way Undertaker and AJ Styles was talking, that was not scripted. That was just them acting on impulse. And it worked. It worked. And I think Taker and AJ Styles did amazing. Obviously, you all know American Badass is back now. He came in the motorbike. Would have liked him to play the Limp Bizkit. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Like, I know, like, Limp Bizkit's a joke now, but I would have liked to see the Limp Bizkit song be played when Undertaker was on that. And that would have been perfect. I guess match would have been perfect if you just had that song in there. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe they just couldn't get the rights to the song or whatever. I don't know. But overall, Undertaker defeated AJ Styles. There was good build-up. Almost like, you know that movie Logan? It was almost like, you know, Undertaker's on his last legs. And it looked for a moment that he was going to get beaten, then all of a sudden he just came up. He then hit AJ Styles, put him in the ground. I like the little dialogue between towards the end where Undertaker ground goes, "I'm not going to do anything, boy." Don't worry, I'm not gonna fucking Spartan kick him right through into the fucking graveyard. Phenomenal. Absolutely amazing. Generally entertained. This was the most entertaining match of the night. The best main event that they could possibly have done. This match went on for 35 minutes. Edited, by the way, which is not easy. It's the same length of an actual full episode. Which is not easy to do. The scenery was very good. You had the Druids, for some weird reason, beating up Undertaker because he's becoming more human. I want to see more of American Badass Undertaker. That was amazing. Big props to WWE for that. And I was just absolutely thoroughly entertained. Absolutely amazing. Pat yourselves in the back. Amazing. Okay. Overall score. This is a difficult one because I have to bear in mind the circumstances. I don't want to be too harsh on them. Okay, I don't want to be too harsh on them, but at the same time, there was some matches that even in a, like, if put it this way, if you put this match in a normal WrestleMania, like if this was an actual WrestleMania card, people would be pissed. To say the least. Let me think. Right, I'm gonna think of a rating out of 10, of course. First of all, it's not a 10, so, and it's not a 9, or it's not an 8. It's not an 8, alright? So, out of the entire card, I enjoyed 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 matches in the card, and there's 9. Alright? The thing is, though, the Undertaker AJ Styles match has bumped it up. And this is the hardest part by rating anything, like, because I want to give an accurate rating. Right. It's not a 7. I'm gonna give this a 6. I think that's fair. If put it this way, if the Undertaker match wasn't on, this would have automatically been a 4. But I'd say it's about a 6. I wasn't bored. Apart from the Seth Rollins Kevin Owens match, I wasn't that bored, to say the least. Apparently R-Truth also lost the 24-hour belt, whatever, who cares, right, you know, but R-Truth's amazing, but I don't know, that was a wee bit cheap where they just had the other guy win and run away and stuff. I don't know about that. They could have done something a wee bit more entertaining. Like, they could have filmed something where R-Truth's running about the ring or something like that. But I think 6 is a good rating for night 1. And then I'm going to give my rating for night 2. And then I'm going to combine it all. And then we're going to give an overall rating. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you enjoy last night? Are you looking forward to tonight? I'm not going to be able to watch tonight because I have actually worked the next day. And stuff like that, so I can't stay up and watch it. However, I will be watching it. I will be watching it tomorrow, and I'll be reviewing it tomorrow. So as soon as I've done that, we'll be doing it again. We'll have that all set up for you guys, so you can watch it, and I'll have an overall rating. Let me know what you guys think overall. Did you enjoy night 1 of WrestleMania? Also, like the video and subscribe. I don't usually say this, but we are nearly at 5,000 people. We are so close to 5,000 subscribers, I can taste it. Like, it's 5,000 subscribers is killing me right now. I really want... Give me the 5,000 people. I want the 5,000. I'm only joking, but, like, yeah, I mean, I'd love to have 5,000 subscribers. So, if you can subscribe, like the video, also share it as well. That would be brilliant. Thank you guys so much. This is General Jerry on the General Jerry channel, signing out.